Good Wednesday morning. It's the main event. I'm your humble host, Stephen McCollum, and you know him as 17-year NFL veteran, 3-time Super Bowl champion for your Dallas Cowboys. I don't think we do him enough justice. We'll have to figure out how to put in his playing with Hall of Famers in Buffalo, playing with Hall of Famers in Baltimore as well. We'll get that all fixed in. Then we'll have a 42-minute intro for this man. Dale Hillistrate, everybody.
Or you could just call me a winner, Steve. It's kind of easy to just say great winner. That's always a nice way to be introduced.
That's why I call myself your humble host, because the non-humble person, right there, folks.
Yeah.
Right there, talking and yapping.
Yeah. Steve, all I do is win. Is that really not being?
Just think about this for a minute.
It's the truth. Is that not the truth?
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to point something out to you.
Oh, you are.
You won in high school at Saguaro.
Yeah.
You won at SMU.
Yeah.
You played with Hall of Fame greats Eric Dickerson.
They played with me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then you go to Buffalo, and some Hall of Famers joined that team with you. You were in Andre Reed's draft class.
Andre Reed, Bruce Smith.
Yeah. All of that, you're there. And then you went to Dallas.
Yeah.
Well, then you went to Raiders. We won't talk about that.
No. Well, I never played for
Yeah,
them.
exactly. Injuries.
I got some money from them, but
I'm surprised they didn't sue you for cause, the way it goes with Al Davis. Then you go to Dallas, 3 Super Bowls, play with Hall of Fame greats there. Then you end up at Baltimore for a few games there late in the career when you're timing it up. They needed a long snapper. You go there. You got Ray Lewis and those boys up there, Goose.
Yeah.
All of them there and everything. All of that winning in your life, Dale. And you've been sitting here next to me for the last 2 years. This is what winning gets you, folks. Your punishment is later in life, you get guys like me sitting next to you. Just saying.
Are you telling me life has a way of evening things out?
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Is you are sitting right here next to me in the same room.
I'm a 30-year-old basking in my glory at 63. Gosh, I can't wait to sit next to Steve McCollum.
Right here. Right here. That's all I'm saying. Right here. I have a way of bringing you down.
You are very chipper this morning.
How you doing, Dale?
Boy, give you a half day and look at you, ready to go.
I went home yesterday and I got one of those "what day is it" naps in when I got home.
Wow,
it was beautiful.
You get so many naps in.
The problem is then I tossed and turned all night. It was like an awkward sleep all night long. But I've also been fighting like this head cold. That's all it is a head cold. So I've been feeling weird and everything. Like my mouth's all dry all the time, and not stuffy, but you feel you can not breathe right and stuff. And it's just I don't know. It's just I've been not feeling it. Not feeling it the last few days. Yeah, take a couple days off. Look what happens.
Yeah.
But we're back on schedule today. McCollum on business today at 11 again.
Took Monday off.
If I'm awake.
Tuesday was really a part-time day.
Veterans Day. Yeah, I know. Life's rough. Well, it wore me out. Talking to Bruce that whole time. He's just.
Is this really a hump day?
It doesn't feel like it, does it?
Well, for me it does. I've had
you've
my
worked all
regular week. Yeah.
Well, now you know how we feel when you take off all the time early.
And that's fixing to start.
I know. The overseating's done.
Yes.
Getting ready to get back out there.
Hopefully the Carpath only will come to an end here shortly.
This is when Dale earns that membership there at Moon Valley Country Club. Right now, at this wintertime, because it's so expensive to play everywhere else out there, of course, and all that. Programming note for everybody. Coach Sheehan, I don't know if it's superstition. I don't know what it is, but he did ask nicely this time to come in on Thursday at 8 o'clock again. So we'll get him for the coaches show for his matchup with Santan Charter this week. And I think he's still on a high from the way they played last week, which I don't know, Dale. Is that dangerous when you play so well the week before? And I'll dare say this as well, being there and watching it, that was their best game of the season on Friday night. Like they looked, just everything worked. Now there were penalties, stupid penalties, but they overall play. That was their best game they played. And seeing him afterwards, he was excited about it. Judging by his text yesterday, he was excited about it. But isn't that also dangerous when you play your best game on Friday night? Because then you got to duplicate it this week. against. I'm not. I don't mean to disparage Morency, but basically a team that you expect to be better all around this week with Santan Charter.
Well, you always expect when you're in the playoffs, the further you go,
Obviously.
the better the teams.
Yeah.
And there's usually a reason for that, unless there's some underdog who's upset somebody or whatever.
Yeah. Which happened in 4A last weekend, by the way.
It does happen. It happens every level. Happens in the pros, college,
Absolutely.
whatever.
The best team doesn't always win
no.
the championship.
But I think you got to feel good if you're SCA. The week off, probably healed some dings.
I think the loss to ALA, quite frankly, getting dominated by ALA. I've refrained using that term, but they got dominated by Arizona Lutheran on that Friday night. So I think the combination of both kind of woke them up. Maybe woke them up. Now we'll see this week. Can you put it together 2 weeks in a row? Coach is dealing with all that. So he'll be in tomorrow, 8 o'clock, like he has been the last couple of weeks as well. So we're looking forward to that coming up. And this is a rivalry between Santan Charter and SC. I call it a rivalry. There's not some love lost on one of the sides.
I don't think either team or staff really likes each other. And, the last 2 years, Santan's been one of the top teams in 2A, so is SCA.
Yeah.
Opened the season the last 2 years, not this year, but the two previous years. Both games took 2 days to
open the season.
Play.
Yes. They weren't as gracious as Pima. That was like, we're getting this in, no matter what time it is.
So there you're gonna see two teams that are ready to play, and both probably don't like each other that much.
I remember last year. We know some people. Autumn knew somebody that went there, and they were messaging her. I heard from met some other people around Santan Charter, not with the football program, I think like fans or teachers and stuff like that were like, "How'd you beat us? You weren't supposed to beat us last year," in terms of SCA beating them and stuff like that. So I have a feeling that this matchup is kind of like I'm going to call it little brother, big brother type scenario where they're like, this is the year we come through and beat them. So they're going to come ready to play is what I'm getting at.
Well, I know a year ago they had our decal up in the weight room all year long, all off season. And,
yes.
And that's, when you figure out, hey, you're the target of everybody when you win the championship, no matter what level. I know they've had coaches who have publicly went on Twitter and said some things.
Couple of messaged me saying some things. It's a fun look. It's a rivalry. It's a fun little rivalry coming up here. I'm looking forward to it. And I have not seen Santan play at all this year. I've just been watching them on the side of things and and everything. But all accounts is they have not taken much of a step down, if any step down, after last year losing a couple D1 kids that were going up there and stuff to that effect. So this is going to be fun this week. But Coach, tomorrow we'll talk to him coming up. And I'm willing to bet you, Dale, there's going to be some high rate. There's always high ratings on it. There might be some higher ratings this week.
Yeah. So all those people that are tuning out Wednesday can continue to listen.
We got some fun stuff here today. One, the most fun thing, Dale, I got caught up with, of course, having Monday off and then Bruce yesterday. Bruce Cooper, if you missed that yesterday, spirited debate with him all the time, the local legend. By the way, he hates me calling him that. He's such a humble guy that he doesn't even like me joking around about calling him a legend. He's so humble. It's so humble. So I kind of do it as a joke to make him get a little uncomfortable when he walks in here. But I forgot. Throw up the college football picks for the weekend. Dale, we've done something we have never done before last weekend with our picks. And it's amazing. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
You copy me and you get them all right. What's up with that? As the host, you should be required to take a team opposite of me.
I wanted to. I thought you would take Florida State, actually, and you didn't. That was the one I thought there.
No, I'm more of a Dabo Sweeney fan than you are.
Yeah, Dabo's overrated. Overrated.
What's he won? At least one, if not two championships?
Yeah, and he went 4 years in a row, but that was 20 years ago now. How long's Trevor Lawrence been around in the
10
league?
years ago.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. All right. At what point do you consider yourself not a winner anymore when your record comes back down to normal? That's all I'm saying. The one that shocker this weekend was I thought we might lose that one in Oregon. Or in Iowa with Oregon. I was worried about that one watching that game.
That was a sloppy game.
But even then, Kansas at Arizona, that was a lot closer.
Yes.
Than I'm not one to knock the fan bases on showing up, things like that. Because I get it, man. It costs money to go to games. Trust me, I get it better than anybody. You know, I hate when media people complain about the audience and stuff like that because media people get in for free. They get food, drinks for free, or at least, $10, $15 or whatever. And I hate that aspect of media and stuff like that. But what's up with the Arizona crowd, man? It's been dismal the last few weeks. And this is a year of a team that you could rally behind these guys. 6 wins. They're entertaining. That offense is good. Now, like I said, you don't have any hopes to go much farther than, 7, 8 wins, which is a good year. But you don't have any hopes for the other side, for the upside of it. And then I don't know what the schedule is next year. I just don't think people like Brett Brennan, which I understand completely because I don't think he's a good coach.
It's a basketball school struggling to become relevant.
But but people have showed up the last several years.
By the way, Dabo Swinney.
Oh, here we go. What's
184 and 52.
That's dismal.
184 and 52. Yeah. 2 national championships.
Yeah, and he lost 2.
2016, 2018.
Yeah, and they lost 2. Losers. Dale, how many Super Bowls did you lose?
I don't lose.
Exactly my point. He's a loser.
So he's been to 4, 1, 2. Steve, you would cut off your left leg if you could get a coach at ASU that ended up having 184 and 52 record and won 1 national championship. Who are you kidding? Who are you kidding?
I'm the guy that's defending Kenny Dillingham in his program this year, saying their record this year with everything going on is right where it should be with their hard schedule they had. And everybody else is fighting me on that.
You don't ever want a head coach to be satisfied. Come on,
I'm not talking about them not being satisfied. No. If Kenny Dillingham was like, Steve, you're right. We should be 5-3 right now. I would be disappointed in that. But as a fan base or as whatever, you got to look at it on that side. He was drafted. He's only drafted in 2021. I feel like it's longer ago for Trevor Lawrence. Doesn't he feel like he's been in the National Football League forever?
No, because everybody wants to shoo him out too.
I know. I'll take him. I'll take him. Cardinals. I'll take him.
Here's Kyler. Yeah. Here's this.
I'll do it in 2 seconds.
Take our entire offensive line, but our left tackle.
I'll do it. I'll make that. Okay, I'll help him move. Whatever it takes.
I'll drive him to Orlando.
It is sad though that because Jacksonville's coming, and even Ethan a couple of weeks ago was like, "Man, I want to see Travis Hunter. I want to go to the Jacksonville game," and that was when he was just out for on IR, and now he's at end of the season surgery. Who would have thought, Dale, going both ways doesn't work out in the NFL? What a shocker! Wears down your body.
That does. I don't know what happened to him, but I know he had surgery.
It's a knee or something like that. It's a lower body injury. And stuff to that effect. So, here you go. First time that's ever happened, I think, in the history of show picks that both of us went. Now we picked the same. I get it. But then you got the NFL side show picks as well. Let's throw this up there. Not as clean for somebody on the NFL side of things.
What?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What?
If you're not watching, if you're catching us, if you're listening to us live right now,
that's all you need to know.
If you're listening to the podcast and don't have the video, if you're catching us on the YouTube channel and you're not watching it because you're in the middle of something and you can't turn away from and look at your screen real quick, let me dictate what has just happened here, folks. I went perfect for the weekend.
You did. Congratulations, Steve.
First time that's even come close to. You, on the other hand.
Congratulations.
You, on the other hand.
I'm legitimately happy for you, Steve.
I'm happy for you, too. Yeah. You got 2 right. And the 2 you got right, you copied me. So that's even better.
Wow.
Should have just stuck with me on that one. J.J. McCarthy's not it, man, in Minnesota.
No.
I have no faith in him whatsoever.
No.
Niners are just – and it's going to be interesting this weekend. Niners are a walking mash unit
They
right now.
are.
It's caught up to them, too. For a while there, we don't know how they were doing. This is interesting. You can throw it down, Kobe. So just tough week for Dale there on the NFL side. I was thinking about this going into this game. I was thinking about this on Monday. Got to bring it up yesterday. Cardinals just went through this where, Kyler gets hurt, quote unquote, gets hurt. Jacoby Brissett comes in, he's playing well. Is he getting the W's? No, but he's playing well. The offense looks better, right?
Right.
To the point where everybody's like, you got to stick with Jacoby. Cardinals, start sending the messages out to the national people. Oh, Kyler's foot injury. You can't even. Oh, my God, we almost have to amputate this thing. It's so bad. Schefter's putting that stuff out and everything.
After the trade deadline.
Yeah, about how bad it is and everything. And then they put him on IR. And then you got San Francisco. Brock Purdy is probably healthy to play. And they're just like, hey, Brock Purdy needs some more time. Mac Jones is playing well. We're going to stick with Mac Jones. And just that controversy's not there in San Francisco because they're playing it properly. Look at the two deals. I know a lot of people don't watch 49ers press conferences and what they're being said and stuff like that. The way the San Francisco coaching staff and executives have played this, they just run circles around the Cardinals and their organization and how they've handled the Kyler Murray situation. Because trust me, there are people that are like, why isn't Brock Purdy starting? Why isn't Purdy starting? And they're like, we're sticking with the hot hand. We're sticking with the hot hand. Now, Mac Jones struggled a little bit last week, so now that opened it up to where, all right, is Brock Purdy coming back this week?
Right.
You wait until they stumble, and then you go, all right, now we're going back to Brock. Oh, Brock Purdy. Oh, my God, miraculously he's healed.
That toe feels so good.
He came in today, and it's just no pain anymore. He's ready to go. It's amazing how going into this game this weekend, how the two organizations have handled basically the exact same situation. The difference being, well, Brock Purdy's high paid now. Difference being is Brock Purdy's not a giant crybaby when he doesn't play because the team's hot, at least publicly. At least so we know about it. We don't know what's happening behind the scenes.
Right. They've kept it under wraps.
Yes, unlike the Cardinals, who gave us all this ambiguity and lies and all of that stuff. The Niners have none of that going into this.
What's going to be fascinating, Steve, and I know we'll get into it tomorrow and Friday especially, the fact that I'm not so sure that this might not be the most important game of the Cardinals season. And the reason I say that
really
is
remaining schedule or just in general?
Their season.
Okay. All right.
Because they're coming off an embarrassing blowout performance.
Yes.
And now here comes the 49ers limping in to Cardinal Stadium. And if the 49ers put a beating on them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you get another game like that where you get blown out,
even close to that.
Yeah. You're going to have to make changes.
Yes. Yeah. And so I think there's a lot of pressure on Arizona this week. It'll be fascinating to watch this thing unfold.
No, I will give. I'm going to look like I'm knocking the Niners here, which maybe I am. The Cardinals, I don't think face another team. Maybe the Rams twice. I'll put the Rams in that category.
Yeah.
But they don't play, except for maybe the Rams. They don't play another team that's as good talent-wise and just rocking and rolling like the Seattle is, other than the Rams coming up.
The Rams are rocking and rolling.
So other than the Rams, which I would expect those two games to be kind of blowouts coming up as well. But now are you competitive in a blowout? There's a difference between competitive in a blowout and being down 38-0, and then you got 52 seconds.
I would say competitive in a loss, not competitive in a blowout.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The way you're fighting, right? And you might lose by 2 touchdowns or 3 touchdowns when it's all said and done, but you were in it most of the game, fighting, et cetera, et cetera. It's fascinating. I don't disagree with you. I think jobs are on the line this weekend.
I really do. Finally, there's people talking about the offensive line.
Well, Dale, I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, you Jonah Williams, you want gone. Obviously, he's struggled this year. You know, you call him the
I
turnstile.
didn't say gone. I just
But you
said
called him
that.
the human turnstile on Monday or something like that. And keep in mind, guys, this is a guy that played in the NFL. NFL guys don't talk this way about other NFL guys
No.
unless ESPN or somebody's paying him a lot of money to do it. And he's not making ESPN money here. Close. But he's not making ESPN money here.
No, I'm not. So that means I tell the truth.
And then, then you got Browns kind of struggling here these last couple of games. Obviously, Beachum. But Beacham's been put in these roles of fullback and chip blocker and stuff to that effect, right? And everybody's talking about where's the regression in the Cardinals' offensive line. And Dale, I don't know what you're talking about. You know who agrees with not with you?
Who's that?
Drew Pensing. He
Really?
doesn't. Yeah, Drew Pensing says, hey, you NFL linemen who are talking about how bad this lineman is and how they've regressed. Let me tell you how this team hasn't regressed. Let me tell you. Drew Pensing will tell you.
You know, you're losing one-on-ones. I wouldn't say that. I think they're playing hard. I think we've played some really good fronts. I think the communication has been good. I think at times, you know, you're losing one-on-ones in critical situations, which is hurting us. And certainly we need to evaluate how and why that's happening and try to clean that up. But I think those guys play extremely hard. I think they play well together. I think they're doing everything they can to win games.
Hey.
That solves it, Dale. That solves it.
I played extremely hard. I wasn't good enough to start 16 games a year. All right? I played hard. They're playing hard and being talented enough. But here's the thing, and it's fascinating because now that other people are
I don't even know what you're talking about. It's settled. Drew Pensing said there's no regression on this team.
And talking about it is basically you got the same starting line back.
Yep.
Now
Jonah was out last year.
He started the first, 2 or 3 games?
Yeah, whatever it was. Yeah. And then Will was out by this point. Yeah.
By this point. But you look at it, all the same 5 guys are back. Evan Brown, I think, was a spot player last year. But
put in there to start this year.
They've all regressed. And you can say, okay, Hernandez, is he struggling? Yes. Is it the knee? Maybe. Is he overweight? Looks a little heavier than he has in the past. That could be a problem.
He's also trying to help out Jonah. You see him a lot in plays going Jonah's way.
Well, that means they're sliding the line that way.
I think Theo Mackey put out a picture early in that game on Sunday where the Cardinals had 3 guys blocking 1 Seattle defender, and then it left, obviously, 2 guys to come in and get to Jacoby Brissett.
Yes.
This was early in the game.
So that's where the communication comes in.
Yep. You shouldn't have 3 guys blocking 1 guy. I don't care. I don't care if it's Micah Parsons or somebody else. Yeah.
But when you so you look at the right side of the offensive line, obviously Hernandez come back from the knee injury. I don't think he's fully recovered. I think he's still struggling. And then Jonah Williams, he's come back from injury.
Yeah.
Again, I never really understood it. Like when I was playing, when I was getting drafted, and all that, so much was talked about flexibility, being able to get low, move your feet, things like that. And he can't do that anymore.
That's what I was going to say. Now, you're the offensive line expert. I'm not. What I've learned about the offensive line is just listen to you. This offensive line looks like it has 0 footwork and no speed whatsoever.
It has very, very, very slow foot speed.
So it's not.
So you can't recover.
Yes. Yeah. You're once you're beat, you're done. You can't.
Yes.
You can't follow the guy. You can't push him out of the way last second because the guy's 3 yards past you.
And then if you add to that miscommunication on blitzes, it's a disaster. So then where does my focus go? Because I've always been told this. If it's one guy, it's probably that guy doing things different, wrong, whatever, not using good technique.
Yeah.
If it's 2 or more, then you look at the coach.
Now, do you look at the offensive line coach?
Yes.
Or do you look at the
you don't
offensive coordinator?
No. The offensive coordinator has nothing to do with offensive line technique. That's all on the offensive line coach.
Who makes the offensive line? Obviously, the center does. Froholt does when he gets up there and he calls out the Mike linebacker and which way they're sliding, all of that stuff.
Now, I will say this. Seattle did a really nice job of showing pressure to one side. So you slide, You get your help over there, dropping those guys off.
There's a dude on the
And
other
bring
side.
bring it in.
I'll say this: watching Seattle night, watched some of the All 22 last night. Was last night Tuesday night? Last night, because there's nothing else on, and it was kind of enjoyable watching. That was the old Seattle defense, because I love a good defensive scheme that lights things up.
Right.
And that was fun. That's what they did. They made the Cardinals focus one way. It was literally like a magic trick. Look over here, and there's a guy over here. Don't even see him coming. It it was amazing. But I don't know, Dale. I don't care what you say, man. I'm done listening to you because Drew Pensing just confirmed that it's just communication errors. They're gonna get it fixed.
Well, if that is in fact their modus operandi, Steve, get ready for maybe 4 wins this season.
I told you I think they're only winning 1 or 2 more if they're lucky. If they're lucky, they're only winning 1 or 2 more. And this is a regression you cannot have when you won 8 last year.
No.
Teams go from last place to first place in a blink of an eye in the NFL. And you're in year 3 and you're regressing.
Yes.
That's not good.
No.
And now you got to rebuild this whole offensive line in the offseason on top of everything.
Well, you got your left tackle.
Well, obviously.
And I do think Froholt at center, even though he's not playing as well as he did last year.
But when my thing on offensive line is when one guy plays bad, now you got 2 guys with Brown and Jonah playing bad, that affects the whole line. Because now they're like, oh, I know I have to slide this way a little bit to help him block that guy. And then, then you're missing your guy on the other side and stuff to that effect. You start kind of head on a swivel deal. Like, who am I blocking? I need to block this guy for this guy. And then another guy comes loose in your area. It's just fascinating to see there. But I'll say this about, because I'm unimpressed with this Cardinals coaching staff. They are not good. And they had us fooled for 2 years. There's no doubt about it. They've either had us fooled or something has happened to where they just lost focus or something. And you're not getting it back during the season. If they keep them, can they do it in the offseason and get the focus back? So they've had us fooled for 2 years. This coaching staff is not it. And that's the perfect example. Kobe, do me a favor. Play the Drew Pensing clip one more time. Folks, he was asked about his line regressing. That was the question. Is your offensive line regressing? Here's his answer again.
I wouldn't say that. I think they're playing hard. I think we've played some really good fronts. I think the communication has been good. I think at times, you're losing one-on-ones in critical situations, which is hurting us. And certainly we need to evaluate how and why that's happening and try to clean that up. But I think those guys play extremely hard. I think they play well together. I think they're doing everything they can to win games.
It is week 10 in the NFL.
We're going to have to evaluate that.
Yeah, we're going to evaluate and
what have you
figure
been
out
doing
what's
for the
happening.
first 9 weeks?
That's my question. Is that not? First of all, those answers are hurting them more than you believe. People are tired of hearing this BS. People are tired of hearing no changes need to happen. Mm-hmm. People are tired of all the BS that they're spewing out there to try to make it look better than it is. I'm not saying he needs to go out there and go, look, our offensive line's terrible. Oh, I'd love to cut Jonah, but we can't. We need him out there. He's not going to say that. But instead of saying, oh, we lose one-on-one situation critical. No, well, there was a lot of non-critical situations on Sunday where your offensive line was beat. But you're in week 10, you're halfway through the season, and you're going, oh, we need to evaluate, find out why the critical one-on-ones is being missed.
Now,
what?
What? The only thing I could say is short of putting Beachum in at right tackle.
That's the problem. They're stuck. They can't do it. You know how you can solve this? Go ahead. I'll let you finish first.
No, but short of doing that,
I'm fired up.
you can't replace 3 guys.
No, you absolutely not. They're stuck with it.
Yes.
They're stuck with it. Absolutely.
But how do you make it easier or?
This is what drives me nuts.
How do you make it a little more simple for your guys to block? Okay, we can't take 7-step drops and hold on to the ball for 4.5 seconds and throw the ball.
You need 3-step drop and that ball's out.
Ball's got to be out.
You have somebody in there chipping the guys that you're struggling with. Or somebody, Michael Carter, for instance, just standing there and watching for the guy that's busting through the line unblocked. That happens a lot. And even if he's not going to stop him, but slow him down a half a second by putting your body in front of him. That does the Cardinals coaching staff does not set him up to do that.
Well, tell me this though: how much do you think obviously Seattle's really good. So
Yes.
that's the most
And
recent
Cardinals
thing
are
in
not,
our mind.
yeah, exactly. And Cardinals are not, but it's been that bad
Yes.
against other teams as well.
We've mentioned it in the past.
It wasn't as blatant. The reason why everybody else is jumping on it, Dale, is because you played Seattle, and they have the best defense in the league. If it's not the best defense in the league, it's top 2, top 3.
Well-
And it looked really bad. But this has been a problem every week this season.
There's been a problem. And so as I'm going through my mind Rolodex, what I can remember, who's only the guy came out and said it. I never get single
Yeah, Michael
blocked
Parsons.
all game long.
No, he goes, you don't leave guys. He flat out said, you don't leave guys like me single blocked because I will do damage.
Yes. And again, I said it when it happened. I'm fine with you going in with a game plan. Hey, I think we can block them.
Yeah, try it. Yeah.
But after the second series, you have that second game plan in to where you're going to, wherever he is, and you can do that with an H-back.
No.
Hey, Micah's over here. Motion the H-back over there.
They
He's
did it.
over here. Move him over
They
here.
did it in that fourth quarter after he'd already made a couple sacks backwards
Right.
and made some big plays that put the Cardinals in a hole. Then they started doing like, oh, maybe we should start blocking the best pass defender in the league right now. Making $40 million a year. And look at the Cowboys defense since he left. That's what I don't get. Is you're not fixing your offensive line problems in the middle of the season, folks. You're not. You're just not. You're stuck with these guys, period. And here's the thing. You take Jonah Williams out or he gets injured, he has that shoulder problem, and he can't go this week, you're putting somebody, I hate to say it, with lesser talent than Jonah. Because if he was better than Jonah, he'd be in there playing. You're a second stringer for a reason.
Right.
I'm not knocking him, but you're a reason you're a second stringer. So you're having that issue then. You're not fixing it, but you fix it by your play calling, your blocking schemes, and what you put in there to put your team to be successful. And that response there, and the responses from Jonathan Gannon after the game, where not only does he say no, saying no is one thing. Scoffing while you say no is a whole nother thing there. These guys don't think they're doing anything wrong as coaching staffs. They're like, well, we can't figure out why these guys can't do it. It makes perfect sense. Our offense is so great. I don't understand why guys aren't figuring this out. Makes zero sense to me. The best coaches look at their team and go, hey, I want to do this, but we can't. We can't do this right now. So I need to do what will make this team and these players get in the right position. I don't expect them to come out, but guys, we're changing this up this week. We're doing this, and let me tell you guys my game plan. Here's our game film. You're not expecting that. But find me another coach that talks like that when your team just got destroyed as an offensive line side, and it goes to that's a fireable offense in my eyes right there.
You and your press conferences.
Find me somebody else that went to the. Find me a good team that went to the press conference yesterday and just talked like that about their offensive line or their team as a general. Even the teams that are 6 and whatever are like, oh man, we got to work on this and we got to work on that and we got to do this. We got to get better blocking up front. You hear it all the time.
Right.
The Colts. I haven't watched their press. I guarantee you, the Colts coach at some point in the last 2 weeks, while they've been winning, went, hey, we got to start blocking better up line. Jonathan Taylor needs some more running room than what we're giving him right now. And the Cardinals are all, nope, we're good. We're just missing one-on-one blocks. We'll figure it out. We got to evaluate it, figure it out. It's all good.
That's your Cardinals, Steve.
We're good. We're good. Dale, that is why. That Drew Penzing. I got to thank Drew Penzing. I watched that press conference yesterday, and I went, I'm going to go take a nap. I was like, I give up. I'm just going to go take a nap. I'm just going to go do it.
If they're not going to try, I'm not going to try.
I'm just going to take a nap.
But you'll be there Sunday cheering your brains out.
I couldn't sell the tickets if I wanted to. Jeez, both of these teams out there as well.
Getting in a fight. 49ers fans in
No,
town.
I would never. Not worth it. The team's terrible, too. They're going to be like, oh, but we got this record. We're over halfway through the season now. So we're going to look at each division coming up here as well. But first, we're going to take our break here. And then we have another coach. Like, you guys know I like to now watch the press conferences. I've always watched them, but man, I've never turned on a coaching staff. Like even Cliff Kingsbury, I was like, oh, I was going to do is this and this. Like people getting mad at me at how I was talking about Cliff there for a while when everybody else wanted him fired. And I've never turned on a head coach this quickly, I don't think, in my life, as I have on Jonathan Gannon and this coaching staff. It's so bad. It's so bad. But there's another guy that I don't understand what he's doing. And, we've showed you Bill O'Brien there at Boston College, who got their butts kicked again over the weekend. What's up, Trevor? Favorite clip of all time. In my eyes, he lost again there, but we got another coach being stupid to his fan base, media.
Really?
Fan base. And this one happened in New York, which that media does not put up with stuff at all. He's won out his welcome already, at least to the media side of stuff and things. So we'll talk about that coming up. So coming back, it's the main event. Just want to go on record and say, by the way, it's been a pleasure doing the show with everybody out there. Dale, I got my HOA meeting tonight. Might not be able to be in tomorrow.
Who you finding? Who you kicking out of the neighborhood, Steve?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You always seem to be more happy on HOA meeting days.
Oh, not good.
Because you're wreaking havoc on somebody's life.
I don't know. I know. We're having a gaggle of people show up tonight. Nobody knows if they're mad or not. They just said they're showing up, so we'll have to see how that goes. So maybe I'll see you tomorrow. I mean, it's so stupid. It's so ridiculous. But I just want to say thanks for tuning in to me. Over the years, if I don't make it through tonight, Dale,
yeah,
go on without me. Go on without me, Steve Strong. Aaron Glenn, New York Jets head coach. He's been a cantankerous old man. This is what I don't get. Now, he was a player in New York, played for a lot of years, but then he went into coaching. And he's coached with some really good coaches out there.
Yeah.
Even Dan Campbell is where he came from, defensive coordinator. He literally was coached by a guy that could be a little cantankerous in press conferences, but he did it like in a fun-loving way where nobody hates him,
Right.
And stuff like that. And you don't learn a damn thing about it. And then you get the job in New York, and all season long you've kind of been fighting with the media and everything while you've been losing. You've been awfully terrible this year. You're in last place behind the Miami Dolphins now as the Jets, right? And your owner's blaming the quarterback, all of this other stuff happening out there. You quite frankly have failed. What you're doing there is your first year head coach there in New York. So why pick a fight with the most evil media group on the planet? So if you don't know what happened, Rich Samini put out a report saying that one of their players was going on the injured reserve or was injured in whatever. The Jets hadn't announced it yet. So the press conference starts yesterday. Here's Big Baby, Aaron Glenn, yesterday. Shows up to his press conference. Here's how it goes.
I'm going to pass on talking about injuries. since Rich, he's not here, has all the answers, so you guys can get all the injuries from Rich. So I go right into this game.
Are you a candidate for IR, or is that not something you want to?
Ask Rich.
I'm asking you.
Well, I'm telling you to ask Rich.
He's not here though. AG.
Well, you better call him.
No disrespect to you or Rich, but like we want to hear from you. You know, like that.
You guys have been here. You guys have been hearing from me, but now since we're just reporting stuff, that I haven't said, then maybe you should ask him.
Thanks, everybody. See how
You are the biggest crybaby on the planet. I complain about Jonathan Gannon and Drew Penzing a lot. Thank God Aaron Glenn isn't our head coach here. What a cantankerous, just awful human being for what he's pulling there. What are you, a giant baby? Was your diapers soiled right there, Aaron Glenn? That was ridiculous, Dale.
But Rich, he's sitting in his office somewhere going, "Hey, I'm becoming famous."
Somebody, he's a well-known reporter.
Yeah.
But somebody tagged him on Twitter that was in that meeting and goes, "Hey, Aaron Glenn asked that we ask you." He tagged him on Twitter in the middle of the press conference as well. I'm just sitting there watching that yesterday, and then, of course, I had to go back and find it and everything. I'm sitting there watching that yesterday just going, what are you picking a fight for?
Right.
Because your players have a relationship with the reporter, or somebody in your organization does, and they reported a factual thing to the point where you won't report it because you're a giant crybaby. That just cannot go over well. Players in that locker room have no respect for it. I'm willing to bet that right now.
Well, here's the thing. You're not ever going to win that battle as an embattled head coach.
That's the problem. If he was Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick, when he's winning Super Bowls,
Yes.
could do that.
Yes, and the media hated it, but they put up with it
Yep.
because they had to.
And then once he started losing, that went out the window too.
Yes.
But when you start off losing and you act like that,
And lose terribly,
your time
too.
your time is short.
Yeah, and that's what I don't get about when coaches do that. What's he doing? Like what does he think he's going to win? What does he think is going to happen? You think all the media is just going to be like, "Oh, Aaron Glenn deserves a second chance here. He's the amazing coach ever. He's better than Pete Carroll and Bill Parcells and everybody out there. He's just the best coach ever." You think that's what's coming your way? Just report your player's injury, shut up, and move on with your press conference.
And win a game.
Quit blaming your team because you suck as a head coach. It drives me nuts, man. I just don't understand it at all when it comes to that stuff out there. But we're seeing a lot of coaching meltdowns happen.
Yeah.
And it's
Well, the pressure is immense.
but it's always high pressure in the NFL.
Yeah,
side
it
of
seems to
stuff.
be ratcheting up more and more. When you start seeing coaches get left with a school owing them $70, $80 million,
Well, I said, why am I in the NFL?
you
I
see
could be
the
there.
other coach in New York let go, with another year or two on his contract. It's like money doesn't even matter to the owners or the schools anymore.
No.
And so I think that just ratchets up the pressure.
Well, I think that's what's changed too, is people are willing. There was a time, especially in college, where it was like, "Oh, we owe you $10 million. Yeah, you're finishing out this
yes,
year, Tiger."
you're gonna stick here in this misery with us.
It ain't like that anymore. And that's the other side. I mean, look at the guy in Titanland. I just forgot his name. He got a brand new quarterback this year, #1 draft pick. And even then, the Titans were like, "Nope, see you later."
Yep.
Look what Vrabel's doing in New England right now. And the ownership of the Titans is fighting Vrabel publicly last week as they're getting ready to play each other. They're fighting each other publicly. And they're like, "Oh, Vrabel, you're not good enough for us anymore," which is fine if they feel that way. And then he's at New England, dominating up there. This whole deal, throw up the AFC East standings for me, Kobe. I have all the standings here today because we're halfway through the season. We're going to look at them anyway here. But look at this. The Patriots are leading. What? We all had this at the beginning of the year, didn't we, Dale?
Well, I don't know about you, but I said you said that Vrabel's going to make a difference.
I did, but I didn't think they were going to be.
No.
They were going to be
No.
leading the division at 8-2.
No.
Nobody saw that coming. I think they were going to finish second in this division, but that's
Right.
because of Miami injuries and then the Jets just being the Jets and everything. But yeah, nobody saw this though. Elite on top of that. Look, here's the thing that shocks me the most about the Patriots, though. Points for 265, points against 192. With Drake May. Drake May was thrown to the scrap heap last couple years. Vrabel shows up and he's an MVP candidate this year on top of it.
They're outscoring the Bills.
That's what I'm shocked by here. And their defense is better than the Bills' defense in terms of giving up points right now.
But still, like, if this coming Sunday, Patriots and Bills were playing in the playoffs.
Oh, I'm picking the Bills.
Aren't you?
Well, because playoffs are a different situation. Because once you get to the playoffs, you have those pressures. Your first time. I mean, you remember your first time getting to the playoffs and nerves and everything. You go every year, and it's like a whole second deal. It's like, let's go. It's amazing to see what's happening here in the AFC. Now let's do this. Let's talk about it because obviously I think we both had the Bills winning that division.
Yeah,
I did have the Patriots second, and then you had Miami and then the Jets last year. And I thought Miami and the Jets were going to be pretty equal. Do the Patriots end up winning this division? There's still tons of football left to play, but they look really good right now.
Well, what's interesting about the Patriots too is they're 5-0 away from home.
Yeah, that's unusual in the NFL. Winning on the road is the hardest thing to do in NFL.
Yeah,
and they're dominating when they get to that
5-0 away from home, and
they have the Jets tomorrow night. Should be a win. Now it's on the road. They have to go all the way to New England.
You mean New York?
New York has to go all the way to New England.
Oh, okay.
I mean, woo. Visiting teams at a total disadvantage for that 30-minute flight coming up.
Well, and the Patriots, the other thing is they're 2-0 in the division.
Yep.
Bills are 2-2, Dolphins 2-2, and who cares about the Jets? But they win tomorrow, and I don't see how they really don't win the division.
So here's their schedule. Because I was looking at this last night, going through all this stuff. Kind of like at the halfway point. 8 games left in the season. Patriots have 8 wins. Okay, let's say they
have 7 left.
Oh, they have. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. So they have the Jets tomorrow night. You think that's a win.
Yeah.
Right? Then they got the Bengals. Without Joe Burrow in Cincinnati, but they're really good on the road.
Yeah.
I'd lean toward Patriots in that game. So that's how many wins would that be? That would be 10.
Yes.
10 wins. Then they got the Giants at home. What are the Giants doing right now? New head coach or interim coach there. If Jackson Dart can't play this weekend, they're going with Jameis Winston on top of it. No running game. It's a mess there. Patriots are going to win that. This is 11 wins for the Patriots, possibly, coming up here. Then they got the Bills. Let's just say that's a loss,
right.
just to give them that. Then they got the Ravens.
Let's
just say that's a loss, just for giggles here.
So that's 4 losses.
That's 4 losses. And then they got the Jets again. The Patriots can win 12 games this year.
Could win 13.
They could win 13, actually. They could beat the Bills right now. Bills are not playing well at all. They could win out. They could have 14 or 15 wins, the Patriots, folks. I can realistically
be the number 1 seed.
I want y'all to think about that. I'm sitting here last night going, there's no way. Oh, my God. Yeah, what? Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Well, it's interesting because I heard my boy Colin talking about this yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Colin Cowherd.
What channel is he on around here these days? I don't tune into him enough.
I don't even know what station it's on.
Yeah, I don't even know either.
But you look at the top 3 teams in the AFC.
Yeah.
The Patriots, the Colts, the Broncos.
Yeah.
Say they all say the Patriots and the Colts are the number 1, 2 seeds.
Well, only the 1 seed gets a bye now.
That's right. Okay, so say you give the seed, but say right now you look at Kansas City and they are 5-4. They're behind both the Chargers and the Broncos.
Yep.
So say they squeeze in as a 7th seed, and they're playing the 2 seed Colts.
Yeah.
Are you really taking the Colts?
No. At home?
No. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
obviously, they'd be playing.
I would think about it, but in the back of your mind, you're going to be thinking it's the Patriots. It's the Chiefs.
Yes. And say Denver gets the number 2 seed.
Oh, gee, Denver. Denver's smoke and mirrors, man. I don't know how they're winning like they
Now they're
are.
5-0 at home.
Yeah, I know. And big comebacks too. It's
So
not like they've been dominating.
so say the Chiefs play the Broncos
Yeah.
in the first round.
Well, that's where you get to the playoff side of stuff. Then you get the experience versus the inexperience. You could see the experience winning those games.
it's fascinating what's going on in the AFC.
Throw up the AFC North rankings here as well right now, because I told you guys before when the Baltimore Ravens had 3 wins, and Lamar was coming back and all that stuff. AFC North here. Everybody's like, "Oh, Steelers! Oh, the Ravens have sucked so bad. They have no chance in this division." Folks, the Ravens are going to win this division when it's all said and done. I'm
After
just
the
telling
show yesterday, I went to check their odds to win the division.
They led even when when Lamar was out and they only had like 2 wins.
Yeah.
They were still favored.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and I agree with it. Their schedule is easier, but Steelers aren't showing you that they're going to go win 10 games.
Right.
Steelers will win 9. Well, they might win 10, but they'll win 9 or 10. They're not winning one. Baltimore, you can see going on a run. But I wanted to look this up last. This is what got me down this rabbit hole yesterday. It was Bruce yesterday when I said Joe Burrow's coming back, and he goes, "Why would he come back? Why would he come back?" My Bruce Cooper impression. He goes, "They're not going to win anything. They're 3-6. They could go on a 4-game winning streak and technically be in first place in this division if the Steelers and Ravens stumble." That's why Joe Burrow wants to come back in a couple weeks.
Well, plus he's a competitor.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not out of it like you think they are out of it.
Right.
It's kind of my
Well,
point.
it doesn't look. Isn't it interesting? You don't think the Bengals are out of it 3-6. You know the Browns are out of it
Yeah,
2-7.
Well, the 2 you're getting back too. I mean, look at that, minus 84 on the net points for the Bengals on the season. It's awful. That's god awful. It's just fascinating how that the Steelers are letting everybody else stay in this division here as well. So my question to you is: I have the Ravens winning this division. I think I had the Bengals second, if I remember correctly, and then the Steelers third, and then Cleveland, of course, last here. Any thoughts on that? I still think the Ravens are winning that division. I'm fully confident on it to this day. I think they're going to do it, barring another Lamar Jackson injury. They're going to do it. Now the question becomes Bengals or Steelers at that point. And Steelers are going to win 9, like I said, maybe 10 games, but they're not winning 11, 12, 13. You just don't see it coming.
No.
The way that they play and all of that stuff.
Very easy. I can buy into the Baltimore Ravens winning the division with maybe 11 wins. And I can see Pittsburgh finishing second with maybe 10.
All right.
I don't know if Cincinnati can get to 10.
I highly doubt Cincinnati can, but they're going to put up a fight.
Right.
Their head coach, at least by the media standards, has been put on the hot seat. Which, oh my God, Michael Bidwell, if he gets fired, blow everybody out and get him here now. He's a sharp young man. Obviously, a lot of injuries there and stuff causing problems there in that deal. You will improve your coaching staff if you bring that guy in. And for all the people, by the way, saying Dable, needs to become an offense coordinator here, shut your mouth. Shh. 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 What did the Bills win with him as an offense coordinator? Just saying. Or defensive coordinator. He was defensive coordinator.
Offense.
Oh, he was offensive coordinator. You're right.
He turned Josh Allen into a pretty good quarterback.
He turned him into a pretty good quarterback.
Yeah. We not give him any credit.
No, I can't stand the man.
Jeez.
Thank God he's gone from my team, my second team there as well. Throw up the AFC South standings here really quick. Obviously, the Colts are dominating this division now. The shocking thing to me here is the Jacksonville Jaguars are not the team I hope they would be. I had them winning this division. They've just fallen off. Typical Jacksonville Jaguars. They just all of a sudden offenses kind of become weak. We see them here in town here in a couple weeks for Jacksonville.
I'll get him right.
Texans, I don't think have any chance in this division. Obviously, the Titans do not. There's even talk that the young quarterback there, Texans, they're talking about not giving him an extension after this year with how he's played this year, which is, C.J. Stroud, because he was the next coming of, Joe Montana at one point in time. From that side, Colts run away with this division. I think they do. Jacksonville will finish second still here as well. Then Houston, obviously. Then the Titans. Can Jacksonville put this together and make a run on the Colts?
I don't know if they can make a run on the Colts, but I could see, again, the Colts finishing with 12 wins.
Yeah, that's the problem. Their schedule, I have it up here as well. The Colts schedule, gosh, I wish the Cardinals would have this type of a schedule. Now you're helped though with your division,
Right. Right.
Instead
Instead of playing Seattle and the Rams,
yeah.
you get the Titans. and
There's the
Texans.
problem. They have the Colts have a bye week this week, but then they got the Chiefs after this in Kansas City, so that's a loss. But then you got the Texans at home there in Indianapolis. Then you got the Jaguars, in Jacksonville. Then they got the Seahawks. Then they got the Niners, and then the Jaguars again. So it's not an easy schedule there as New England has. But, three division games, and then, we'll see what the 49ers are at that point.
Right.
But then 2 other playoff teams and the Chiefs and the Seahawks coming up there. But they're finishing with 10, 11 wins minimum coming up here for the Colts going to the playoffs coming up for them. And then, of course, you got AFC West out there, which like you've already alluded to. Just like we all called it, Denver Broncos winning this division. I said Broncos were going to miss the playoffs this year. Whoops.
Sean Payton, baby.
Smoke and mirrors, Dale. That's all that is right there.
And then there's the Chiefs in third place.
Yeah. And not even close. 2 games back in third place. That's a big difference there. Chargers are hanging on with all their injuries out there at 7-3. Here's the thing. The Broncos can falter. The Broncos offense is one of those offenses that they don't have to score a ton of points. They rely on their defensive side of things, which generally means you can have a couple game falter coming up as the season goes on. So that's something to watch for them. I think the Chargers can catch the Broncos. I do not think the Chiefs win this division, though, this year. I do think they're going to finish second in this division, maybe third in this division, depending on what the Chargers do. But they still make the playoffs. Your wild cards are coming out of this division, I think, coming up here. I think Chargers and Chiefs make the playoffs.
Well,
along with the Broncos, obviously.
They're saying 2 of the wild cards there. You're saying, I'm sure you're saying the Bills are going to make the playoffs.
The Bills are making the playoffs.
So those are your 3 wild cards.
Those are your 3 wild cards.
Who
do you disagree with?
Well, I
also think the Ravens are winning that division, so Ravens will get in. Steelers will be the one that are.
I can see the Chargers falling off. I mean, you could only
with their injuries, I can see it.
You lose both starting offensive tackles. Who's he throwing to on the outside? Herbert can only do so many things.
The Chargers are a lot, even though they've had injuries in the running game. The Chargers, that's the thing. They're a big running team.
Yeah.
I could see if one team is going to fall off, it's going to be the Chargers. Yeah. I just don't know if the Chiefs can go on a big run here coming up. They have a hard schedule.
I would have more confidence in the Chiefs having a run than I would really anybody in the divisions that we've talked about so far.
So Chiefs have Broncos next week on the 16th, next Sunday. Then they got the Colts. Like those aren't 2 easy games. Are they winning both of those? Then they got the Cowboys. That's a win for the Chiefs. Then they got the Texans, so that's a win there. So they're 2. Let's say they're 2-2, right? As we go through it. Then they got the Chargers and then the Titans to finish up the season. That puts them at, even if let's say they lose to the Chargers and beat the Chiefs, that's 3-3 to finish up the season. That puts them at 8-9, Dale. They're winning 8, 9, or 10 games, 8 or 9 games this year.
Well, then you look at the Chargers. They got the Jaguars at Jacksonville this week.
Mm-hmm.
Home against the Raiders.
2 wins.
Home against the Eagles.
Loss.
At Chiefs, at Cowboys, home against the Texans, and they finish at the Broncos.
That's what I mean. If the Chargers do what they're supposed to do there, they're winning 11 games, 12 games. Chiefs aren't getting to 12 this year. They're not getting to 11. Wow. We're going to be looking at a third-place Chiefs team.
Just remember, every year there's 3 to 4 playoff teams that don't make it.
This is fascinating on the AFC side. We'll do the NFC side here coming up in the second hour as well. But where are all these teams coming from? Which gives me, and this is the other point in doing this thing that depresses me, Dale, is the Cardinals have done a slow rebuild over 3 years. Year 3, we're going to be there, and then year 4, we're going to take off. You don't need that long, man.
You do not.
How many
need it
teams
that
did we just talk? Now, the Broncos made the playoffs last year, barely.
But they made them.
Yeah, but they made it. But then they had to unload, Russell Wilson and take that $80 million cap hit and everything. You don't need 3 years to rebuild, Monty, Austin Fort, and Michael Bidwell. You don't. Come on back, folks. Second hour main events coming up next. So depressing. And we're back here. Main event. Second hour. Dale wants to finish dancing in the breaks. He wants a longer one.
I can't even do a handstand.
Seriously, I'm over here and all I hear is "Hold me closer, tiny dancer." Dale's over there balleting.
That's the first song that comes to your mind?
It's been on my mind all morning. I heard it this morning. That's all I'm thinking about.
Is that what you listen to while
Little
you're
Elton John.
showering and shaving and getting ready in the morning?
Yeah. Tiny, you don't listen to Tiny Dancer? Is that not? Excuse me. There's no Captain and Tennille. It gets all quiet. I'm your humble host, Stephen McCollum, and of course, 17-year NFL veteran Dale Hellestrae here for the second hour of the main event. And Pat Murphy went to second in a row, manager of the year for the Brewers. In terms of the awards here for them, good for him, man.
What sport is that? Is that soccer?
That would be baseball.
Is that softball?
Major League Baseball. They're doing the awards. I listened to your thing. I agree with you 100% on the Hall of Fame and these awards. Like even basketball, they give their MVP out during the playoffs.
Yes. Well, people are still paying attention to the sport.
So I don't get it. I didn't even know Pat Murphy won that last night until this morning when I was scrolling Twitter and it popped up. Somebody, it popped up on my feed finally. No fanfare, no nothing about it.
He's probably in the Bahamas.
The thing I don't get, Cleveland's manager wins the AL one. I don't know how the Blue Jays guy doesn't win it there, but hey, whatever it is, you vote how you want and all of that stuff out there. So we talked yesterday about, Marte. I saw today that either McCarthy or Alec is going to be traded this offseason. Well, they wanted to trade him last season, and nobody would take him at that point. So maybe they'll be able to unload him this year as well. But one thing we know for sure, and I said it yesterday with Bruce Cooper, Diamondbacks have decided they need a culture change. That's what I'm taking out of this. Yes, they need talent, they need pitching, etc. But they also have decided they need a culture change with the talks in there on Marte and stuff to that effect. And I find it interesting that they're going a culture change with the players as opposed to the coaching staff. Because usually you do the culture changes with the coaching staffs.
Right.
Because that's easier to do than it is with the players. And I find that fascinating. I was thinking about that last night as well. I do a lot of thinking at night. And I also wear my sunglasses at night, too. I wear my sunglasses at night.
Yeah, I saw where you're active on Twitter.
I was?
Talking about that Paramount's going to
Oh.
raise their prices, Stevie.
Yeah, just waiting. I was waiting for that to happen.
Ah.
Yeah, they're getting the UFC and no pay-per-views anymore. Oh, we got to raise our prices. That's just so stupid. Yeah, ridiculous.
Well, you say it was you say UFC is the second most popular sport in America.
Who said
Why
that?
not? You did.
I never said that.
Oh, that's right. You said wrestling is.
Yeah. WWE. UFC is followed, but that's just because they're like every weekend for a whole year, So, you can sit there and watch it, and especially until football. It falls off tremendously during the football season, ironically enough. But Robert says at TME Sports Show, if you just put out the transcript of Pensing's interviews, you couldn't tell if it was him, Gannon, or Torrey, and he goes, forget about the football part. You're not wrong. It's just our coaching staffs, and I don't know. Like I said this a few weeks ago, Dale. Maybe Kenny Dillingham is exposing our coaching issues with the way he's handling the coaching stuff. Because I can't remember a time where I've just been turning against coaches, but the way they're handling situations, the way they talk in press conferences, what they say, most importantly, not how they talk. Like, I don't mind a stoic head coach. They're out there. Like, I never had a problem with Bill Belichick. But it's what you're saying when you're being stoic. And the Cardinals they're off base on it. Torrey was always off base on it. Oh, it's not our team. We're going to get better. Coach, it's game 110. You're not getting better, buddy. And that's what Drew Penzing just said. Oh, we got to find out where we're missing one-on-one blocks in critical situations. We got to figure that out. You're halfway through the season. You shouldn't have to delve into it and look into it by now. You should know why you're doing it and stuff like that. I think Kenny Dillingham's ruined us with coaches, with how transparent he is, with how humble he is, and without giving anything away. Do we know anything about ASU?
Well,
when Kenny talks?
Well, we know they're happy being 5-6-3. That's what we do know.
He didn't say happy. He said, "Wow, whew, I think we're lucky to be at 5-3. The way these guys work hard. See, he even turned it into a look at these guys work with all the injuries and everything. We should be worse off, but these guys are doing their job and participating. So we're 5-3, folks, with all the injuries and stuff we've dealt with this year. He even turns that into a positive without lying to us. And then you've got the coaching staffs around here. It's just I don't. Kenny Dillingham's ruined coaching for me, I think.
Ecstatic to be 6-3.
I don't think he used the word ecstatic. I don't think he did that. It is amazing. I mean, they're trained in media talk. But I'm a firm believer of there's being trained in media talk, and then there's just looking like an idiot and saying things that are obviously not real happening.
Well, I'm sure Petsing is under direct orders from Dalton and
Mark Dalton,
and
the media
in the
guy.
office. Don't say anything. Just don't say anything.
Yeah, but he's saying stuff. He's just saying stuff that isn't true, and we all see it not being true. That question was asked because everybody has seen you've focused on it since the beginning of the year. Other people, as you said, after this game last week have been focusing on it. He was asked that because the offensive line has obviously regressed.
Yes.
And he flat out told us that it has not regressed. I don't know what you guys are looking at. I'm bald. I can be Drew Penzing. You ready? Oh, no, they haven't regressed at all. Just we've gone up against good fronts, and these guys are just communicating well most of the game, and it's amazing. It's a privilege to work with these guys, and I'd put them in the Hall of Fame today if I had a vote on that with how well they have played this year. And there's no reason for concern. We're not going to change our blocking schemes or anything. We are ready to go this weekend against the 49ers, and our system works. It's obvious our system works. We just ran into a situation last Sunday where it was loud in there and our communication was just down. And we're we're going to solve that at some point. We're going to figure out why our communication was bad, and we're going to look into that. And it's been a pleasure working with these guys. You know why? Because these guys work hard. They work hard. They play hard. Thank you. I drew Predzing. Meanwhile, everybody else is going, the hell are you talking about? I'll bet you, because the linemen know they're struggling. They know a tight end and a lineman both missed the guy running up the gap and blew up that 4th down running play. And they know they both missed him. I bet you money in the locker room yesterday, the offensive line were like, well, thanks for defending us, but boy, do you look like an idiot today. They have no they're not going in. The linemen aren't walking around going, oh, we're doing the best we can. They know they have to get better. Even they're looking at Pence going, what are you talking about? Were you not in film meeting with us, Coach?
I don't even know what to say.
Speaking of Dillingham, the big game this weekend, 11 a.m. Rain's going to be here, Dale. So reportedly, I saw yesterday it's supposed to start on Friday, yesterday morning. And then yesterday during the show, I saw it was going to be here Saturday as well. Now, yesterday afternoon, I saw, so we'll get the update here from meteorologist Dale Hellestrade in just a second. But
Saturday,
okay.
55% chance of rain.
But when's it going to start?
Seeing here.
Because last night when I looked it up, it said 10 a.m. and it wasn't stopping until after 3 p.m.
Saturday, it's going to start. Oh, it says not start till
so it's
6.
moved back. Okay, so it's moved back.
Yeah.
Okay. So originally it was Friday. Like yesterday morning driving in, they were telling me Friday. And then yesterday during the show, I saw 10 o'clock I saw 8 o'clock on Saturday morning until about noon. And then last night I saw it's going to start at 10 a.m. and go until 3 p.m.
Now it's 6 p.m.
Now it's 6 p.m. All right.
Or 4 p.m., I guess.
Well, on my computer here, I just looked up my computer one, 74% chance at 2 p.m. there, but 72%, 75% at 10 and noon. So basically, it's raining this weekend for the ASU game.
Do you have a poncho, Steve?
I do not. I will not wear a poncho for the life of me.
Do you wear long pants or get all chafed?
I would rather be miserable, wet, soggy, just absolutely miserable, cold, risk pneumonia, risk death, than put on a poncho.
Really?
Absolutely.
Why?
Nothing looks less manly than a poncho. That being said, when I was at that Queen Creek Red Mountain game and it was raining on us, Autumn had a poncho. And she's like, I'm not putting this back on after she took it out. And I was all hovered underneath it.
Who cares what you look like when you're sitting with 50,000 other people?
This guy. No, ponchos are weird, man. You get underneath them and they get hot. You're sweating underneath there and rain's just pelting you. And it's just, I don't like it.
Keeps your clothes dry.
I'm going to go in waterproof clothes. I'm going to go in a wetsuit. Like I just got done surfing. And then it won't rain at all.
Well, Saturday, I mean, it's only supposed to get up to 78 degrees.
It's going to be cold. Yeah, it's going to be cold. Yeah.
Poncho it up, Steve.
Sunday, 71. Thank goodness. Cardinal. That'll be the day they open the roof.
So you went from pretty slow weekends too.
That's why I've been enjoying the last couple of weekends. Is this weekend's going to be a little rough.
You going out to SCA on Friday?
Well, it depends on weather. Depends on the weather.
You're not going to go if it's raining?
No, I don't like them that much.
Wow.
No, my clothes will get all wet. I have my limits, Dale. I have my limits. At least at ASU, I can go stand underneath the I understand and watch it on TV. Can't do that at SCA. Why does the visitor side of SCA have a cover, but not the home side? That's what I want to know.
It used to always bother me.
I know. Why does the visitor side?
And they have misters.
They have misters when it's hot.
So in August and early September.
Well, what I think it is, and I don't know this for a fact, all the other sports, that's the home side for like soccer or whatever.
Yeah.
And just football, that's they use the other side. So I think that's why. I'm assuming, right? Is that why?
I have no idea.
Oh, you don't know either? I have a feeling that's why it is that's the home side for all the other sports that use that field. Except for
I mean, we're looking into the sun.
yeah, I know. It just beats you down in the summertime. Robert says, wearing a poncho while eating nachos seems to be the most Big Steve thing ever. I'm not getting nachos at ASU. They have that Land O'Lakes cheese. It's like a gelato, folks. Even when it's warm, it's a gel. I'm pretty sure it was formed out there at Palo Verde Nuclear Power Plant, and they're just feeding us that garbage. I'm pretty sure of it. We can give ASU a lot of successes, right? Graham Rossini's doing amazing things as athletic director. Kenny Dillingham's doing amazing. Molly Miller's doing amazing thing as the women's basketball coach. Even Bobby Hurley, folks, our savior of sports, is 2-0 on the season, and he's got a big man that you have to watch. This DeJopp guy, he is an amazing kid to watch in their first 2 games. He's going to be fun to watch the rest of the season. But you have to weight that success there with the most giant glaring negative on the face of the planet. And that is this Land O'Lakes cheese that you serve in your concession stands. Like, are you trying to kill us? Do you not want us to keep going to games? Do you want us all dead? Because that's what you're working towards, guys. Do you not want us to have season tickets because we're all hauled up in the hospital with whatever that is radiating through our insides?
Maybe ASU's volunteered to help the Palo Verde nuclear plant. Hey, well, we'll take your nuclear waste.
Yes, we'll just call it Land O'Lakes cheese.
And Steve will eat it. Big Steve will eat it.
I've gotten it twice this year. Once on a pretzel and once on a. It's just, and I'll watch people get nachos. They walk off with that cheese all like happy, and I'm just like, you're not gonna be happy. Okay, Kobe asked you a good question. Kobe has a great question.
Kobe's awake.
I know.
I fall asleep from.
Hello, Kobe.
Yeah.
I know. Kobe's so quiet that we forgot to put a microphone and camera in there for the producers because Kobe never talks. He asked, what's worse, the Land O'Lakes cheese? Well, Kobe, I don't know if Kobe's on social media, so he probably didn't see my pictures of this trash cheese that they serve. Like Mountain America, you should be embarrassed that you're have your name on this stadium with this cheese there. It's just embarrassing. But we thank God we're not disparaging Sun Devil Stadium with this cheese.
Hold on, he asked you a question.
I know I got disparaged. Look, I'm on my cheese rant right now because I'm so disgusted by this cheese.
But he asked you a question.
Yeah. So the question was the Land O'Lakes cheese, the gelato cheese that you have that breaks the chips.
Has a little film over it.
It breaks the chips when you dig into it. Just tastes like glue, or the cheese that comes out of a can.
Like Cheese Whiz.
Yes. Okay, I have to have a caveat on this. I've never had Cheese Whiz a day in my life, and when I was a kid, we'd go hiking all the time. My dad would take all of us hiking, all that stuff, and he would always have that cheese. I don't ever remember eating it. It just looked disgusting in my eyes. So I might have had it at some point in time. I would put them on a similar level. You know what the difference is, though, Kobe and everybody? The Cheese Whiz cheese doesn't cost you $7 like the nachos do at ASU.
Well, those chips, Steve, those are premium chips.
And then the worst is on the pretzels. No, they're not. They're out of a bag that you get at Costco. The worst part is on the pretzel, you pay extra for that cheese. You pay extra for that trash, garbage cheese that they serve over there at Mountain America Stadium. It is the worst stuff on the planet. I don't know what you're doing to us, Graham Rossini. I don't know what you're doing to us there at the stadium. Maybe this is, Dr. Crow's way of getting back at me of how negative I am about him. Maybe this is a way to get back. Oh, Steve's favorite thing is nachos? Land O'Lakes cheese. Let's get this gelato cheese out there that's semi-warm. Still warm because it's got nuclear stuff in it. It's disgusting. It's an abomination. For all the good you do, and you guys just overlook the cheese? Seriously.
Oh man.
Get a restaurant cheese. You got some Burroughs there. You know, you got Venezio's Pizza. Whatever. $13 a slice. You can go F yourself. Your pizza ain't that good. $13 for the runs, folks. There for the Venezio's pizzas.
No, Venezio's got big slices too.
I know. That's what when we went to the Mullet for that wrestling thing. Autumn got pizza, and she was like, "It was $13 for a slice." I go, "Yeah, it was a bigger slice." It was okay.
So
I even
here's
justified
what
it
I
that
don't
way.
understand about cheese. Like my wife, Brooke, makes this queso that is to die for.
Yeah.
And she gets Velveeta cheese.
No, okay.
And
Yeah.
there's one time over 37 years that she asked me to pick up the Velveeta cheese.
Oh,
'cause
you
you're making it.
oh,
And I'm looking in the refrigerated area.
yeah.
Where's the Velveeta cheese?
No.
I finally asked somebody. They go, "Oh no, it's on the shelf." I go, "How can cheese be on the shelf?"
Velveeta's not real. Though.
Well, whatever it is,
It's
if
not
you
real
ever
cheese.
if you ever tasted my wife's and she put sausage in there and the spices
Well,
and all that, you would
let's fire it
die.
up.
You
Bring
would
some
die.
in.
No, you'd be bitching and moaning. I know you.
One thing for sure is you'd never know. I do it off air, but on air, I'd be like, "This is the greatest stuff ever. We should sell this and package
Actually,
it."
more than one friend has left, overstuffed with cheese, and they said our pastor. He was come over to watch the football game.
Yeah.
She usually puts it in a crock pot and,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
So
So
you
you
watch
keep
it
it
through the
warm.
game.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Stir it. Oh,
Oh yeah.
Don't do
And-
like Chipotle does, where it's garbage because they let it all cool down and they reheat it. It's garbage.
And he said, "This is like liquid crack cocaine.
Your
I can't stop eating
your
it."
pastor, you go, how do you know? No, Velveeta cheese by itself, you would not catch me eating, just like the Cheese Whiz stuff. You wouldn't catch me eating it, but I will say this: it works in something. A true Philly cheesesteaks has Cheese Whiz on top of it, out of a can.
Yep.
So I guess I have had it in that instance. I have had it in that type of an instance. So there are some things you can pair that on. I can tell you one thing for sure. I don't know the instance you want to use as Land O'Lake cheese for anything that they serve you at Mountain America Stadium. They send me surveys all the time. They've got to like look at the results of the survey and be like, that guy again, huh? We either have 10,000 people upset about the cheese in this stadium, or this guy just keeps filling out these surveys.
Oh, God.
I praise them. Because it's really good. It's actually one of the better stadiums that I go into, especially because you have a lot of elderly people with the elevators. People like me that I'm not walking all those stairs, guys.
You should not use an elevator if you're younger than 50 years old.
That's not true.
You should
good,
not.
good. I have somebody in my life that's over.
No,
That's
you
50
put
now.
your
so.
dad on the elevator and you get your ass up the
No.
stairs.
No, I'm not walking all those stairs, man. There was a time where you just walked up the hill, Dale. Now they put stairs in for some reason, dude. Every time I go up those stairs, about halfway up, I'm like, this is a colossal mistake. I can't breathe. My chest hurts. My legs hurt. Sweating. Sweat's pouring down my face.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, somebody give me that nacho cheese. That'll solve me.
Give me an order of nachos. I'll be there in a few. Well, that's like us at Saguaro High School.
Velveeta.
Their home stadium.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know if
big.
you ever driven down Hayden.
I've seen it. Yeah, I've never been up, but I've seen them. Yeah.
And back in high school, that was condition. You used to run stadiums.
I used to run those Dobson ones all the time.
Run stadiums. And whatever, 3 or 4 weeks ago, I did a game at Saguaro, and it's like I broke down and had one of the camera guys. I said, "Man, you need to walk me up there. I need a little because there's no railing.
There's no railing there. All those old
There's
ones.
nothing."
Yeah.
And
That's like at the bank over there, Desert Financial, man. I remember I went one time with radio station tickets, and the seats were like low enough down. They're about halfway down. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to come back up these things, man. But part of the renovations, I got to put railings in for us old people, so that's good. I wonder what the cheese is like there at the bank. I have to go. I'm gonna have to attend a game here. Big game Friday night against Spokane team Gonzaga. ASU. I'm looking forward to that.
well, they're 2-0, right?
Yeah, I would go to that, except for maybe I'll go to that instead of
If it's
SCF
raining,
If it's raining.
go to
That's
the
indoors.
game.
No, I'm like I get the one seat that leaks. I just have this drip on me all night. Dale, having too much fun here. Now I'm all disgusted with that cheese. Robert says, quote, somebody in my life is 50 now, unquote. He said, probably not the best thing to say. No, I'm going to pay for that later. I'm going to pay for that comment later, Robert. My best friend, Joe, he's 50.
Autumn is not 50 years old.
I'm not saying anything. Why would you go to Autumn? Now that's rude.
Because her name is the only one that makes you act weird.
Because I'm scared of her.
Yes.
She just had her birthday, October 31st.
And if it was a big 5-0 and you didn't throw a bash, shame on you.
Now you're in trouble?
Shame on you.
She wanted to go to NASCAR.
No, she didn't. She wanted a special weekend.
She told me flat out, I'd like to go to NASCAR.
Where were you when Brooke turned 60?
You're her house.
My house.
Her house. I was there with my good friends, and then you showed up.
By the way, the grass has come in again, the winter grass. Finally.
Oh, that reminds me.
It finally overcame the McCullum factor.
Just in time. Just in time for a big event last night as well, over there at the Hellestrae House as well. So, Suns tonight, they got the Mavericks. They just fired their GM yesterday. Mavericks are a terrible team, but you're going to be able to see Cooper Flagg tonight, Dale.
Yes.
If you're interested in that. He's been spectacular at times, but the Mavericks are not a good team. So I expect the Suns should be able to go and beat them and win them as well. So when we come back, we'll look at the college football playoff rankings. If I'm alive, I might get some. I'm feeling the bad vibes, looks coming through the walls right now. Of course, and we'll look some more of the NFC side of the NFL side of things as well. Coming up, what'd you do for Brooks' 50th?
That was 13 years ago.
So
I can't remember that.
Nothing. I'm a smart man. I do whatever.
I had to go on a trip.
Yeah, so did I. Took her to NASCAR. We took a trip to
That's
Avondale.
not a trip.
Took a trip to Avondale for the weekend.
Jeez.
Come on back, folks.
You're ridiculous.
The main event.
Sorry, Autumn.
I did what you wanted. And maybe this will be the segment where I don't get myself in trouble. I've never looked forward to an HOA meeting tonight before. That's to get me out of the trouble I've dug myself into here. But in terms of freshmen and their red hot start here in college basketball season out there as well. So Yahoo put together a list here. I saw it a couple other places as well. But Kansas guard Darren Peterson, Duke forward Cameron Boozer, who, if you haven't seen this kid play at Duke so far this season, he is a masterpiece. I thought Cooper Flagg was ready for the NBA. It's like this Boozer kid is amazing, obviously, to work with it. Coming from, NBA pedigree. BYU guy there, AJ Dibansta. Just that kid's like 17 years old. He's dominating up there at BYU. He is worth the hype as well. And then they say UNC forward Caleb Wilson and then Arizona forward Koa Pete are now on that big list as well, with those big guys that came into this season, as hyped freshmen coming into the season. And Koa Pete's worked himself up into it after, 3 games now?
Is it 3?
I know they played NAU. They played Utah Tech, didn't they? Or am I confusing?
Florida.
And they played Florida. I'm forgetting the Arizona schedule off the top of my head right now.
Well,
But,
Jeremy Wu has a top 100 list, and that's for ESPN. And he has Koa Pete as the 8th prospect for the NBA draft.
8 for the NBA draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one and done, right? As he plays this way.
You're a top 10 pick, you are, aren't you?
Even for
I
them,
just
though?
enjoy Tucson so much, I'm not going to start my clock in the NBA.
Says nobody ever. Nobody ever. Yeah, they. My favorite part was I didn't watch the game last night because I saw NAU only scored 17 points in the first half. So I didn't watch the game at all. It was obviously a mismatch. But I did watch everybody kind of like, be like, oh, we should be beating him by more. Like, all right, settle down. Settle down, Arizona fans. Yeah, so they played Florida, Utah Tech, and then Northern Arizona last night. Now it gets harder for them because obviously they played Florida first, got a couple, patsies here, Utah Tech and Northern Arizona. But then they got UCLA coming up Friday night, 15th ranked UCLA, no less. Arizona came in 5th this week in the poll, by the way. Then they got 3 UConn coming up next Wednesday as well for them. Then they go back to a couple patsies, Denver, Norfolk State, and then they come back and they got Auburn, which is 22 ranked right now, beginning of December, Alabama, which is 8th ranked, after that in the middle of December for them. So this does not get easier for Arizona with the beginning part of their schedule. So it'll be fun to watch what they do coming up for them. Go youngsters out there. 8th best, huh? After 3 games, they have them
After
ranked
3 games, and obviously wishing great things for him. Good family, good kid, and be cheering for him.
Yeah, I don't root for a lot of Arizona kids. Just,
You mean University of Arizona kid?
or just Arizona kids. I mean, that state. Sheesh. Wow. Yes, University of Arizona kids. That's obviously what I mean.
Wow.
I just don't root for them. I never have. Probably never will. But they are fun to watch and everything. But he's one I find myself rooting for. Not gonna lie to you. That guy was never a Bibby fan. He was just there. I was never a Jefferson fan. He was just there.
Really?
Yeah, no. Even today, I can't stand Jefferson, man.
Why? Oh, because he's on TV.
When he calls ESPN games, like volume down. I've just never rooted. It's not a hatred for Arizona that causes it. They've never galvanized me to be to that point. Koa Pete does that when he plays, so that's a good thing for him as well. Before we move on here to the college football playoffs, I wanted to just bring this up: NBA power rankings. We just follow that. We follow power rankings because they're stupid, but we follow them just to see what the national perspective of your team is. The national perspective of the Suns was not very good going into the season.
No.
They were down in the late 20s, 26, 27, 28 in that range.
Right.
Yahoo has been moving them up. Yahoo right now, power ranking for the NBA, Suns are 15th ranked with the way they've been playing to start this season. So the national perspective on the Suns is through the roof right now.
Well, I think
also.
they can see it. I think that they see how hard they play. They see the team gelling together. And I would say they're between 15 and 18.
That's what I say.
They're going to be a play-in team.
Yeah. Well, I said that going into the season. I'm not going to be shocked if they're not a 9 and 10 seed playing in the play-in games. That's kind of what I expect them to be. That's why I'm so confident in the over as well. So that's my expectation. But yeah, middle of the way. Now you'll go back and forth with a bunch of guys, but I mean they're better than the best owner in sports there in Utah. His team is god awful, right? The Pelicans.
Is Danny Ainge still the general manager?
He is, yeah. Moved over from Boston, and he's there now. He's the one that tore up the team and caused them to be terrible at that. But now, old gray-haired Danny Ainge, have you seen him lately? Man, Danny Ainge, in my mind, still looks like he's like in his 20s and 30s. And now he's got so much gray hair. It's depressing. But the Jazz, Pelicans, Pacers, Wizards, Nets are the bottom 5 teams in everybody's power rankings there. But I mean, the Suns are better than the Mavs. They're better than the Clippers. They've fallen hugely at this point. They're better than the Grizzlies, Magic, which I can't believe the Magic are that low. I keep waiting for them to wake up, but we're probably going to see a firing there coming up. But the Heat are surprising people this year in the Bulls. But I agree with you. They're probably mid-level. 15's probably about right for the Suns. And they'll go back and forth, up and down.
Yeah.
Throughout the season. But it is interesting to see that perspective. And then throw up, Kobe, the college football playoff rankings there for us as well. Of course, new one last night came out. Look how it moves in a week, right? It's going to move a lot going into this week as some of these teams have to play each other. Obviously, BYU's out after they lost to Texas Tech over the weekend here. But your byes this week, Alabama, Ohio State, Texas A&M, and then Indiana with that big win over Penn State.
Where are those schools from?
Big Ten's got 2 of them.
Okay, and
SEC.
Okay.
I'll say this: Texas A&M is a top 4 team in the country right now. Period. End of story. They deserve to be there. Everything. Alabama, on the other hand, come on, let's stop giving. Let's stop giving SEC things. I told you last week I would put Georgia in over Alabama myself, but you can't argue that. Alabama or Georgia right now should be the 4 seed.
Yeah.
I do believe that 100%. Look at Texas Tech, 6th place there. They keep winning. They win the Big 12. They could get up there into a bye level, dude.
No.
They could get
Highest
up there into a bye level.
they'll go was 5.
Because of
Then
the
the
SEC
Big
bias.
12. You got the 2 power conferences and then the 2 also.
Well, you're forgetting one thing. Ohio State and Indiana is going to have to play each other.
Yeah, but if you're number 1 and number 2 and you lose to number 1 and number 2, do you drop out of the top 4?
No, you drop down to 2.5.
Did you? We didn't even talk about. We were talking about last night with Scott and his dad. Did you? That Indiana game, that catch at the end of the game.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about it with Bruce yesterday.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I'm glad you were here.
No, I was here, not all the way. But I know one thing we didn't talk about, and I was probably remiss about it. I touched on it on Monday with the Angry Fan. That official in the end zone.
Yeah, the way he caught it, the way he had to see it.
The way he stepped to the side.
Yeah.
You could see his eyes were right on the end line.
On the feet. He wasn't going to miss it because the feet weren't in. Yes.
And he saw the feet. You could see him look. He still had possession of the ball.
Yeah.
Touchdown. And we bash officials all the time.
Yeah, they're fat. They're out of shape. They're not in position. They're not looking where they're supposed to be and stuff like that.
But
no, you're
this
absolutely
guy
right.
did it perfectly.
Yeah. Where I noticed it was on the replay. I didn't notice it live, but on the replay when they slowed it down to see if his feet were in, I mean, he was like, it was almost like he was in the play.
Yeah, it's almost like he was magnifying glass.
Well, I mean, I said it yesterday with Bruce. I mean, the way that play went together, forget about Gus Johnson and his garbage. That was just trash for a play-by-play.
I didn't know what sound he was making.
Yeah, I know. Oh my God!
I muted it because I was like, "Is something going on in our backyard?"
Did you hear somebody? I saw it yesterday. Some radio station. Was it Detroit or maybe it was Notre Dame? One of those places, and they were just ripping him. And they're like, he lost his voice, so he couldn't talk because he said Gus Johnson came out and said he lost his voice. That's why he sounded that way. You're so full of it, sir. You are so full of it. I just play-by-play guys. There's excitement, and then there's being a fan, and that's where Gus Johnson crosses the line.
But he's not a fan of a team.
No, but he's
a fan of a play.
I know, but his job is to in that moment.
Oh, don't you?
His job in that moment. If he would have just shut up, it would have been beautiful. And he caught. They say he caught it. Oh my God, he caught that! Can you believe that? Everybody he caught it, and then just shut up. Instead of being like, oh my God, he caught it.
That sounds like you're eating ASU nachos.
I have a cheese. I think I said it yesterday, or maybe I said it off air, but just for that kid to catch that, the concentration, that moment, like, you know what moment that was.
Yeah.
That moment, the concentration to get those feet down while being pushed out, and that side, you don't see that very often in college sports. In the NFL, you'll see it pop up in big moments from time to time. Super Bowl against the Cardinals, for instance, stuff like that. But in college, you'll see a guy catch a ball, get 1 foot down, and get out there, and it's kind of a novice thing. But in that moment on that, you got to give a ton of credit to them out there. And I think that's going to roll. It'll be interesting to see when Ohio State and Indiana play. But I think
I'd pick Ohio State every Saturday.
Really?
Against them, but it'll be fun to see them play.
Yeah, because I don't know. That's the type of play in that environment where that's just momentum builder right there. Not that they don't need a momentum builder; they have enough of it, but that just adds it, and that's dangerous when you already have a ton of momentum and confidence, and you go up to another level as well. So be good to see here as well. Jahmyr Gibbs joined an elite group over the weekend, becoming just the 5th player in NFL history to score at least 40 scrimmage touchdowns before the age of 24, Dale. We can't get a running back here to stay healthy. Jahmyr Gibbs is just scoring touchdowns before the age of 24 out there. Do you know who the other 4 guys were that scored at least 40 scrimmage touchdowns before the age of 24? Dale, name the 4.
Barry Sanders.
3 of them were in your age group.
Barry Sanders.
One of them was older. Barry Sanders is one of them. Hall of Famer.
I don't think Emmitt Smith did it.
Emmitt Smith did do it. Had 43.
Really?
Barry Sanders, by the way, 47. Yeah.
Walter Payton?
Nope. Nope. Well, the other person is a receiver.
Eric Dickerson.
Played after you.
Not Eric Dickerson?
No. And then the other guy's a running back, retired early and played before you. Became an actor.
Okay. Whoever that is.
Jim Brown. He had 42.
Okay.
So Gibbs has 41. He's got 8 games to pass Jim Brown. Those guys are all Hall of Famers, right?
Right.
Yeah, Randy Moss is the receiver. Randy Moss had 43.
All of them are Hall of Fame.
Yeah, all of them are, yeah. That's a heck of a category to be in if you're Jahmyr Gibbs.
What I was trying to figure out is, I think Emmitt came out a year early.
But didn't Emmitt struggle? Not struggle, but it wasn't like he was instantly scoring touchdowns and stuff when he came into the league, right? Didn't it take him a couple years to ramp up?
I think he had 1,000 yards as a rookie.
Did he? Okay.
But
take that back.
But
behind that line.
But by 24, that means maybe you came out after your junior year, and that didn't happen until like 1990.
So you were 20. You're saying Emmitt was like 20 or something.
You know, because if you come out when you're 21, you're 22 when you start.
Now, what's the rule? Isn't it 3 years after high school? Your high school graduation date is 3 years. I think that's always been the rule. So that puts you at least 20. Well, unless you come out at 17. You could be, I guess, 19. Go into that 20 range. But, that's a fascinating deal. And I've said it all along, and I'll say it again. Cardinals, Monty Ossenfort, buddy. Watch the Lions. Find players on the offensive line that do what they do. Find running backs that run like they do. Please. You'll be a lot better. I'm just going to throw it out there. You'll be a lot better. Just do that. Do whatever the Lions are doing. Can't be that hard to do, right, Dale? Can't be that hard to do out there as well. So,
oh, you know what? So Emmitt Smith in 1990, he only had 937 yards.
Oh, slacker. I remember him being slow. I'm not saying he came out and was terrible, but it wasn't like he hit the NFL and was like, this guy's a Hall of Famer. It took him a few years to ramp up.
But then he had 11 straight 1,000-yard seasons back when there were 16 games.
Yeah. And 90 was a bad year, too.
Yeah, we finished 7-9.
Oh, 7-9 that year?
Yeah.
Oh, that was
the Cardinals would take that twice over. Bad year.
You wonder why the Cardinals hate you.
Suck on your bad year.
You keep putting that on there. You keep doing it. No wonder the Cardinals hate you.
If 7-9 is a bad year, what's 4-13?
A Cardinals year. We call it doing the Cardinal. That's what we do it. We're doing the Cardinal out there. Yeah, whatever. Fast.
So I looked this up before we go back to the NFL.
Yep.
So Indiana finishes with Wisconsin at home and Purdue.
Yes, both wins.
And then they're
Easy
going to
win.
play in the Big Ten championship game.
Yeah. Easy wins there. Yeah, and obviously they'll face Ohio State regardless.
Unless Ohio State loses Michigan.
Won't they still have it? Let me look that up. Big Ten standings. I think I saw that no matter what, Ohio State will be in that game. Yeah, because in the conference, SC and Oregon and Michigan are 5-1. So yeah, I guess you're right. I guess you got 3 teams that are still technically alive in the conference to
Right.
get there. Yeah, if they lose. So I read over the weekend. So maybe I was reading that Ohio State and Indiana are definitely in the play. Maybe that's what they were talking about.
Okay.
But I saw something where Ohio State, no matter what they do the rest of the year, they're definitely in. So that would make sense from that perspective. Indiana, by the way, they have one less game coming up. They haven't had the bye. That's why they're 7-0 in the conference. And Ohio State, those slackers there, are only 6-0 coming up. But I mean, they got UCLA. That UCLA team. Fire your coach, become good. I guess this weekend. Then they got Rutgers. So you got to watch out, man. Whew. Anytime Rutgers comes to town, Dale, that's
Hey, Rutgers is 1 game away from being bowl eligible.
And then, of course, Ohio State, Michigan, which isn't going to be the cakewalk you think it's going to be. Michigan somehow is ranked 18th. Michigan is the one team in college where I look at them and go, how are you? How are you decent?
Well, how long's it been since Ohio State's beaten?
It's a lot of years. Yeah.
Hey,
A lot of
but-
years.
How weird is this? I just pulled out the Big Ten standings. Michigan State is 0-6 in the conference.
Terrible.
Penn State's 0-6 in the conference.
Terrible.
And Purdue's 0-7.
Yep.
But my goodness
But
gracious.
they'll keep going up. Wisconsin, I think it's Maryland, maybe. They've only have one win.
Maryland has
in
one.
conference.
Wisconsin has
Yeah.
one.
And then Rutgers is right behind them. Yeah.
Jeez.
And then everybody else is 500 or up. Yeah. No, you want to talk about bottom of your conference is terrible.
Big 12, Big 10.
No, whatever. The Big 12 only has West Virginia, and they've won their last 2. Otherwise, they would be over. They've won 2. I know that going into this game this weekend against Arizona State. But UCF is bad. Florida or Colorado's bad, and then of course Oklahoma State's winless. Those are your only bad teams there. Iowa State, I know 3-4 now, but that's because they played that one extra game, so they're not 500. But yeah. I mean, Kansas is so good that Arizona barely beat them on homecoming last Saturday.
Hold on. So you're telling me you got Oklahoma State's 0-6 in the conference.
Yep.
Colorado's 1-6.
Yep.
UCF is 1-5.
Yep.
And then you got West Virginia, Kansas.
Yep.
And those are bottom feeders?
No, I mean, look, they got wins. Go back to the Big Ten and relook at that again there, sir. How many Ophir teams did they have and 1 loss teams? I'll count them here for you. 3 Ophers,
In conference.
2 oneers.
This is a tough
Yes.
conference. This is a tough conference.
Yeah, this is stupid.
Who are you joking?
The Big 12 cannibalizes itself. It's obvious. There's only 1 Ophir team on this deal. Our bottom feeders will jump up and grab those ankles from time to time. Big 12 now, they just roll over. Purdue's like, oh, we got to play this Wisconsin. Oh, we got to play who this weekend? Oh, let me just roll over and play dad like a possum.
Wow.
Did we take a break this hour?
Yeah, we did. Unfortunately. It's so quick you didn't even know it.
Throw up the NFC East standings for me, if you would, Kobe, as well. Don't forget, like, subscribe to the YouTube page, the free podcast systems as well. Appreciate you doing that as well. And then, of course, the show's up here at Robat TV live. And then we go on demand here at Robat TV as well. And then you got the free YouTube and the deal, and all of that. Appreciate you paying attention to that. But Eagles winning that division, no surprise there. What shocks me more, and I have the Cowboys under 6.5 wins this year. I'm liking there's plenty of football to play. Now, the interesting thing on the Cowboys is they just quote unquote improve their defense. They traded for 2 guys. Matt Eberflus, pressure's on him to perform with that defense going forward. Do the Cowboys get to that 6th and 7th win this year?
You've lost that bet. Why don't you just give me the money?
Oh, it was with FanDuel.
Oh,
Not with you.
No.
The Cowboys have the Raiders this weekend. Then they have the Eagles. Then they have the Chiefs coming up as well. Sorry, my schedule's messed up here. So Raiders this weekend. Eagles at home. Chiefs at home. Then they go to the Lions. Then they got the Vikings. Then they got the Chargers as well. Then they got the Commanders. And then the Giants to finish out the season. They're going to be at 5, maybe 6 wins here going to that last game of the year, and I'm going to be sweating to win that thing.
I believe that you're going to have lost your money probably by week 15.
Where's the win? Raiders this weekend?
Yes.
That's a win. I agree with you. Eagles?
No.
Chiefs?
No.
Lions?
No.
Vikings?
Yes.
I'll say yes.
Is the
on that too.
Vikings at home? Well,
it's in Dallas. Doesn't matter. It's still
that's
JJ.
fine.
Chargers? That's a loss. Don't even say it. Commanders?
Win.
Yeah. And then Giants. That's a win. Come on, Jaden Daniels. I'm gonna go Mr. Miyagi on his elbow.
Whoa! Did you watch his elbow?
Yeah,
You did.
yeah. That stuff doesn't disgust me. I love that stuff. Yeah. I don't know how anything's not broken on or damaged in there. I don't understand.
Well, you
how
want
that
a
works.
clean dislocation. Like probably the most gruesome injury for me, was this finger. Are we back on?
Yep.
This finger, I was pass blocking, somehow got tangled in a jersey. I looked out, and so this finger was laying 90 degrees over these 2 fingers. And I looked at it, and I went,
Awesome.
damn, that should hurt more.
Yeah, but your adrenaline's
It
going.
really didn't hurt that bad, but we were forbidden to replace
Yeah.
dislocated fingers because somebody tried to do that on Troy's, I think it was his non-passing hand.
No,
He
you're
had
messing up
dislocated
worse.
it,
Yeah.
and one of the offensive linemen pulled it. Didn't work.
Did Troy go pull my finger?
and so it still has like about a 45-degree
Yeah, it's
angle.
not right. Yeah, if you don't do it right, it comes out
And
messed
so
up.
I hold my hand up. I'm jogging towards the sidelines. Trainer meets me at the hash
Did you have
mark.
gloves on and tape and
No,
stuff?
I did because
Okay.
I had snap.
Oh, that's
Hold
right.
my hand up.
Yeah.
He sees it, meets me there, grabs my hand, and said, "Don't look." I look away. Dink. 2 pieces of tape. I didn't even miss a snap.
So awesome.
But still, I had to go in for X-rays because obviously you could tear ligaments. Or
Well, you
whatever.
can do all
I
the
did-
other stuff
and I
and
didn't.
everything.
But
It's I just can't believe. I understand you want it clean, but I just can't believe like something got stretched out in that
Yeah.
moment or something, with how nasty it is. But it's amazing to see. But I mean, Eagles are running away with that division. Nobody else in that division is making the playoffs.
Nope.
Not at all. Then you got the NFC North here coming up. We'll look at them here at this midway point. 8 games left in the season. Throw up the NFC North for me here. You got the Lions at the top here. But the Bears, look at this shocker. Is this amazing? Lions are 6-3. They're outscoring their opponents by 83 points on the season.
right.
Bears are -8, and they're still the same record.
How are the Bears 6-3?
It's shocking when you look at that. I looked at this last night and was like, I knew they were 6-3, but even I was like, how is this possible?
Can there be 3 teams from the North to make? I know they did last year.
With the Vikings, yeah. I've said all along the Vikings are missing the playoffs this year. I thought the Bears would be the worst team in this division, but I thought they'd be improved. I didn't know they'd be this improved. I figured they'd be at 7 or 8. Bears are going to win 8 or 9 games this year. When it's all said and done, unless something bad happens. My biggest question with this division is, can the Packers catch anybody? God, their coach is on the hot seat right now as well. They asked him yesterday if he's coaching for his life, if he's coaching for his job. And he was like, I don't care. I'm just out here coaching. But they're underperforming. The Packers are, so it'll be interesting to see.
Well,
I would think
everybody
he'd be
says
safe.
everybody gives the quarterback Love a lot of love,
Yes.
and I think he's somewhat limited.
He's limited, but the thing about the Packers this year, especially that I've noticed, they're playing down on their competition. They do not play well unless they're playing a good team. It's amazing to watch how they do that. I just don't know if the Packers now Chicago will fall off. I think they're going to get to 8 or 9, but can the Packers get to that 10 or 11
Right.
to pass them? But you have a potential there of 3 playoff teams. One of them being your Bears, by the way, folks, possibly at this point coming in. Then you got the NFC South. This is the problem. You got your division winner. Well, as of right now, it's Tampa Bay. Look at your Carolina Panthers, 5-5. There's talk of them getting rid of Young this year, and
Yeah.
you know, and maybe
Or not
bring-
signing him to that rookie extension.
exactly, which makes your decision for you. But they're 5-5. This is the best season the Panthers have had in a while. They're not going to make the playoffs. I think Tampa Bay is going to, extend themselves out as it goes on here. But Falcons are surely disappointed. I don't understand. The Falcons have so much offensive talent.
Yes.
And they cannot score, and they can't. No coach has been able to figure out how to put that together. I cannot figure out the Falcons to save my life. So the only one team is going to make the playoffs here in this division, I do believe.
Yep.
Then you've got, of course, the NFC West here, and this is what's interesting. This is what's going to hurt that NFC North 3 teams getting in. Because your Seahawks and Rams, they're going to continue on. This is going to be a battle here to see who wins this division.
Correct.
I have no idea. Both of these teams are impressive. Both of these teams are good. No clue, but both of those teams are not only winning one of them's winning the division, one's making the playoffs. Can the Niners hang on to get that? Which means if that's the case, only you're not going to have all 3 wild cards come from, 2 of the wild cards would come from the North, and then that would leave the second place team in this division as the 3rd wild card.
I think it's going to be fascinating. And Los Angeles and Seattle play this weekend.
They do, yeah.
I think it's going to be fascinating. You got this.
Look at there.
You got this Bradford kid out in Los Angeles who
Kid.
can't get out of bed
He's
in the
as-
morning. And
he's as
training
old as
camp,
I am.
And, oh my gosh, his back, and I don't know if he's going to be able to play. And
Yeah, God bless the Rams for gaslighting us with that garbage in the preseason, right? Throw it up really quick here. Did you see that point differential, though? This is how dominant the Cardinals. This is how non-competitive the Cardinals are. The Rams are 98 points outscoring their opponents, and the Seahawks are 103 points outscoring their opponents.
yeah,
Nobody else is even competitive in this division. I mean, the Niners are with their record. Their injuries are going to kind of falter them from that perspective. But again, looking at it from the Cardinals side of things, the Cardinals are not competitive in this division. Which, if you look at all the other ones, right, the worst teams in the division, you always have that one team that's far back, right, except for NFC North. The Vikings have 4 wins. They're a couple games back from that, right? Even, the Giants are out of it there as well. That whole division's kind of out of it. But it's just, you can't plan on a playoff run if you can't win in your division.
no.
And they're not even being competitive.
Well, what did you
right
say
now.
they were yesterday? 3 and something.
3-12 over the since Gannon's been here.
And
Last
that-
year was the only year they won 3.
That's
They
in
were
a
over.
nutshell.
0 for the first year, and 0 for so far this year, and 3 wins last year. That's it. Yeah, you can't make the playoffs and go on a playoff run if you don't win in your
No.
division. Period. End of story. You can win all your other games, and your record will look good. But if you can't beat your division, you're not going to be on that big run there. That's my bigger issue takeaway from the Cardinals on that side. So it is fascinating how. Wait, is that a real thing? Is this a real thing, Robert? Sorry, I got distracted here. Breaking news: if this is real, is this real? Hold on.
Well, while you see if that's real, Matt Stafford is 37 years old.
Yeah.
He's got almost 2,500 passing yards just over the midway point of the season. Very easy could go for 5,000.
You want the good news or the bad news about your Arizona Cardinals?
Well, I'm telling you, if it's about their defensive linemen, I said both defensive tackles would be out, but
Did you see Rawless yesterday? No. Bigger name than that. Rawlis, do you see Rawlis yesterday? The defensive coordinator say, "Oh, Darius Robinson contributes to this defense," and I wanted to clip that today, but I can only take one coach lying to our faces. No, the breaking news right now, 8 minutes ago: Marvin Harrison Jr. out in Week 11. Appendix surgery, emergency appendix surgery for him, so he will be out this weekend against the 49ers.
Well, maybe you can take those 12 targets and put them to somebody else who might catch half
It's
of
my
them.
question. If he's just laying in bed, can somebody give him a playbook? Can he get an iPad? Robert tagged us on that. Thanks for the heads up, Robert. Didn't see that. He says no contested catches this week for Marvin Harrison Jr. Do you think the doctor fumbled his appendix in the operating room? I was like, oh, oops. Oh, well.
I've heard those are pretty painful. I don't want to make fun of it.
It's one of the most painful things. And then it'll kill you if you don't go in as well from that. Yeah, so that news is breaking right now. End of show. Marvin Harrison Jr. out. So will you have Will Johnson this week? Max Melton with his ribs.
Will Johnson out again?
I don't know. We don't know yet.
Oh.
Who was the third safety guy with the concussion? I'm drawing a blank on. Oh, Max Melton, senior.
Mac.
Yes.
Mac
He was out
Wilson.
with the ribs there. Do we get any of those guys back in the secondary? Because you need that against the 49ers.
Both the young defensive tackles were holding their calves at different points during the game.
Yes. And Darius Robinson, that's why the question was brought up about him. But think about this for a minute. Zay Jones is out, Achilles injury. I saw that when it happened. He looked down, and I went, oh, he just did something to his leg. And then he started limping and everything. So you don't have Zay Jones this weekend. Now you don't have Marvin Harrison Jr. Dale, you and I might need to go catch some balls for the Cardinals this weekend.
Hold on here before we go off the air.
They have nobody playing receiver this weekend. Wilson, of course, is there. And then you got Dortch will have a bigger role. Just forgot his name. He went into the game when Zay Jones went out, and then he hurt his wrist, and he missed the rest of the game. Not for
Come on, who's your guy?
I know, not for Holt, the other guy.
Froholt's the center.
I know, but he has a name like that.
Oh, bang.
What?
You
looking to see who the Cardinals can sign?
No, I'm just getting a bet in real quick.
Oh, Fehoko. Oh, it already changed. Yeah. Fehoko. That's who I was thinking of. He went in for Zay Jones and then promptly left the game with a wrist injury last week. We don't know what his situation is. So here are your receivers going into this weekend. Michael Wilson, Greg Dortch, Simi Fehoko, assuming he's healthy. He, like I said, he hurt his wrist last week. Xavier Weaver.
When does the injury report come out? Tomorrow?
You'll see your first one today.
Be interesting to see if either one of those young defensive tackles are practicing.
Yeah, I'm going to bet no.
CMC is coming to pay a visit.
Walter Nolan III had a knee injury. It wasn't a calf for him.
Oh.
It was a knee injury.
Well, Darius Robinson is holding a calf.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, no. Oh no, he was. I saw it. I can tell you right now, Darius Robinson, as of yesterday, questionable. Walter Nolan questionable as well. So, not as disastrous as you think it's going to be. Who's catching balls for the Cardinals this weekend? Michael Wilson? I think I called him Garrett earlier.
Oh, Stevie. And you get to go spend the whole afternoon.
I'm selling my tickets right now. Tickets right now. I'll sell them for $1. Anybody want to go to the game for $1? $1? Why even get out of bed and go this weekend?
I wouldn't.
Folks, maybe I'll be back tomorrow. We'll see how I get through this day. Coming up, if you missed the news, just announced Marvin Harrison Jr. out this weekend against your San Francisco 49ers out there. And yay us. We'll have more on that tomorrow. Coach Sheehan's tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Of course, Lou comes in at 9 o'clock as well. Talk UFC and NFL discussion this weekend. Ooh, I wonder how much the lines moved here with Marvin Harrison Jr. That was a joke. It might have improved. Hell, it might have improved.
Wow.
Because you're not going to target him for
Come on. You take shots at Autumn. You take shots at Cardinals.
I didn't
come on.
take shots at him. You guys are the one mentioning Autumn, not me. McCollum on Business back today at 11 o'clock, folks. Join me as well. If you can catch a football, Cardinals might need you this weekend. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody. The main event, depression.